Good morning and welcome to Relevant News. Today is March 29, 2014. A 5.1 earthquake hits California 20 miles southeast of Los Angeles. A 5.1 magnitude quake struck near the city of La Habra, about 20 miles southeast of downtown Los Angeles. The tremor was felt across California on Friday along with more than 20 aftershocks. The earthquake took place at about 9:09 p.m. nearly 1.6 kilometers of the city of La Habra, north of the city of Fullerton, Orange County, said the United States Geological Survey. According to local media, the shakes lasted from 10 to 15 seconds. The tremor was felt across at least 5 counties in California, such as Los Angeles, Orange, Ventura, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. Residents of the city like Ensenada, Del Mar, Oceanside, San Diego, and San Marcos reported feeling the shakes. San Diego's news reported, there have been at least 20 aftershocks following the major quake, said the U.S.G.S., and at least 5 aftershocks that have been recorded ranging from magnitude 2.7 to 3.6. The strongest one happened at 9:33 p.m. on Friday. Folks, the earthquake tides are definitely saying that this is a precursor to a much larger quake, and also there's rumor that Yellowstone is building up pressure as well. So always keep your eyes open on these earthquakes. It could one day lead to a catastrophic event, and it's always good to be prepared. And in the Russia-Crimea event, Yankovic pushes for more Crimea-style referendums in the Ukraine. Ukraine's exiled president, Viktor Yanukovych, on Friday pushed for a vote to let each of the country's regions determine its own status, a call serving Moscow's desire to turn Ukraine into a loosely knit federation. The statement from Yanukovych, a longtime Moscow ally who fled to Russia in February after 3 months of anti-government protests forced him out, raised the threat of more unrest in Ukraine's Russia-speaking eastern provinces, where many resent the new West-leaning Ukrainian government. As a president who is with you with all my thoughts and soul, I urge every sensible citizen of Ukraine, don't give in to the imposters. Demand a referendum on the status of each region within Ukraine, Yankovic said in an address to the people of the Ukraine. Yankovic made the remarks on the same day that President Barack Obama and his advisors warned that Russia may have additional plans for Ukraine, saying a Russian troop buildup on the Ukrainian border was out of the ordinary. Russian forces took over Ukraine's Crimea region weeks ago, and Crimeans, many of them ethnic Russians, subsequently voted in a referendum to become part of Russia's federation. Obama also spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin by phone, urging the Russian leader to work out a diplomatic solution to the Ukraine crisis, according to a White House statement. On Friday, Obama was wrapping up a visit to Europe where the United States, Germany, France, Britain, Italy, Japan, and Canada warned Russia that it would face additional sanctions if it takes further action to destabilize the Ukraine, and especially if Russian troops move into the eastern part of the country. Guys, I find it more and more interesting, depending on who you're going to read each part of the news. The Americans who basically are anti-American, who don't like the way that things are running in the government, will still be supportive of the U.S. involvement in the Ukraine. But to me, it really does seem like these people in Ukraine and definitely in Crimea don't want U.S. involvement. They don't want our type of government and our type of society. They favor the Russians, and if that's the way they want to be, I say more power to them. It definitely seems like there's some goodness coming out of Russia at this point. And you have to ask yourself, do we want to force our way of society on these people when they don't want it? So definitely relevant. Keep your eyes open on this one. Russian President Vladimir Putin called U.S. President Barack Obama on Friday to discuss a proposal for a diplomatic resolution to the Ukrainian crisis, the White House said in a readout of the call. Obama asked Russia to put a concrete response in writing to the U.S.'s proposal for a diplomatic solution and agreed that Secretary of State John Kerry would then meet with Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov to discuss the proposal. The Kremlin gave a very different version of the call, though it said Putin suggests examining possible steps the global community can take to help stabilize the situation. The Kremlin also said Putin drew Obama's attention to continued rampage of extremists who are committing acts of intimidation toward peaceful residents in various regions of the Ukraine. The call came as Russia has amassed tens of thousands of troops on the Ukrainian border, reports bringing the total near 40,000. A U.S. intelligence report on Wednesday warned of more probable Russian invasion in the Ukraine. Obama urged Putin to pull back his troops from the border in order to de-escalate the situation, the White House said earlier on Friday in an interview with CBS Scott Pelley. Obama said Putin was entirely misreading the West and American foreign policy with respect to the Ukrainian crisis. Here is the readout of the Obama-Putin call from the White House. President Putin called President Obama today to discuss the U.S. proposal for a diplomatic solution to the crisis in Ukraine, which Secretary Kerry had again presented to Foreign Minister Lavrov at the meeting at The Hague earlier this week, and which was developed following U.S. consultations with our Ukrainian and European partners. President Obama suggested that Russia put a concrete response in writing, and the president agreed that Kerry and Lavrov would meet to discuss the next steps. One top story in UFO update today: UFO reported under 400 feet over Virginia home. A Charlottesville, Virginia witness reporting a chevron-shaped UFO gliding silently under 400 feet over his home at 1 a.m. on March 28, 2014, according to the testimony in a case 55,008 of MUFON. The witness reported that he could not sleep and went outside for a cigarette, and then the object was seen. It was a breezy, clear night with very few clouds in the sky, the witness said. I leaned back on the deck railing and tilted my head back to see the stars. As I looked up, the wind quickly died down to a calm silence, and then I noticed the black, slightly reflective chevron V-shaped object come into vision from the southeast over the treetops. The witness described the object's movement. The object proceeded to glide directly over my head, approximately 200 to 400 feet in altitude, with no sound and no light emitted in a slight arc to the west. I estimated that the V was between 12 to 20 feet wide. Within 5 seconds, I lost sight of the object behind a large tree in my backyard. Very interesting UFO. Very close observation. Too bad no pictures. That's all for today, folks. Have a great day. Keep your eyes open.